Hello, guys. This is Jeff, the business guru, from downtown Manila again. And I've got one of the most amazing guests on today. In fact, so far, guys, the most amazing guest I've ever had. So if you're going to watch any of my videos, make sure you watch this one. And don't forget to love and like our videos, right? To get even more of them. This gentleman's name is Rico. And I've got to try and get his last name right. Help me out, Rico. How's the last name go?
Well, the G is silent. 𝐒𝐫𝐬.
𝐒𝐫𝐬. Okay. So Rico 𝐒𝐫𝐬 is a lovely man. And his company's name is Ageless Living Lifestyle. And you're going to see why shortly. Online wellness training programs. He's been in the industry only a short time. He's only been doing this for a mere 41 years, guys. Right? Can you focus for 41 years? Most of you can't. Rico, his chronological age is 82. And I'll show you in a minute. And you're going to think he's 20 when I introduce him to you. His fitness age is 35. American healthy aging trainer and creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. So you can live the life you want, guys. It's entirely up to you. It's all about discipline, as he'll tell you. The Vitality of Life online training program, the Fast Fit 17 fitness system, the Fearless Aging podcast, and also a TV show. He's a speaker, author of 29 books, 29, guys, get that number. DVD programs back in the old DVD days. He now does it on YouTube. A personal trainer and a health coach for 41 years. He's a multi-gold and silver medalist in the California State Senior Olympics and plays drums still to this day in a rock and roll band in San Diego. So get down and listen to him. Rico's dynamic and passionate presentations give you, the audience, inspiration, education, proven tips and strategies that can keep you healthy, guys. Health is wealth, right? And you can use them immediately to improve your health and your well-being. Key achievements is Fearless Aging TV show. And his motto is, we have to age, we do not have to become old in the process. And my one, guys, funny, I'm in Asia. I always say to people, you're only as old as the woman you feel, right? So anyway, interesting facts. He plays the drums in a rock and roll band. So without further ado, and it's in the evening for him, good evening, Rico. How are you, buddy?
Good evening, Jeff. Thanks so much for having me.
You're most welcome. Let's start off. Can you tell us a bit about your journey and what inspired you to, at your young age, to pursue your current career path, which is still on 41 years later?
Well, I moved to San Diego in 1980, looking for something new to do. And I just happened to meet a guy who was one of the very first personal trainers here. And he told me he was opening up a modern personal training studio and he needed some help. So I said, well, that sounds interesting. Okay, so I'll check it out. So we opened up the very first modern personal training studio in 1982 called Fitness by Design. And so I began to learn about, fitness and exercise and nutrition. And so I saw, I mean, what a good thing this is. You learn how to take care of your body and get in really good shape. And then you can help other people do it and get paid for it. I mean, I said, so I just jumped all in. And what really got me going, though, and how I developed my Ageless Living Lifestyle was a few years later, my father died at the age of 71. And my father was one of the healthiest guys ever. He's one of those kind of guys that never went to see the doctor. He was just a tough guy. But he grew up in the Depression in the 20s. Yep. He smoked cigarettes since he's 11 years old.
Wow.
And as you know, in those days, people didn't know how bad cigarette smoking was for you.
Yep.
And then just one year, all of a sudden, he got sick and they x-rayed his lungs and they were gone, Wow. And so he just died like that. So then what I realized was it's no different today. There's still so many people, they don't realize it's their lifestyle that's causing all this chronic illness and why so many people are becoming old and sick and dying way too young. We'll talk a little bit about that for sure. And so at that point, I committed to learning all I could about what the body requires to function optimally, because I didn't want to end up like that, and I didn't want my clients to either. So ever since 2000, when I wrote my main book called Ageless Living, it's a complete mind, body, and spiritual wellness system that I've been teaching and developing and living myself for probably about the last 30 years. And so I know that it works because I've had success with my clients. And as you mentioned, my chronological age is 82, and I still have a fitness age of about 35.
Fantastic.
So I know it's possible. It's just a matter of realizing how important your health is and making it a top priority.
Yep.
And if you don't do it, you're going to end up like most people in America. You're going to get old and sick and die like in your 70s.
That's
and
right.
That's normal, but it's not natural.
Yeah, lovely, lovely.
I don't know if you knew, Jeff. I don't know if you knew, but science now tells us our genetic potential is to stay healthy to at least 125.
Wow.
That's our genetic potential. And science also has found that our genes only play maybe 10 to 15% on how healthy we're going to be and how long we're going to be, how long we're going to live. So it's really our lifestyle. It's our unhealthy lifestyle that has caused all this premature aging, people getting old, maybe end up in a nursing home and dying in their 70s. I mean, that's my passion, is to teach people that doesn't have to happen to you, but you got to step up and take responsibility.
Yeah. And the good thing is, Rico, you know yourself, it's only roughly 21 days to develop some good habits. You've just got to work at it for a mere 21 days, then you'll want to do it. Like, i.e., walking, swimming, watch what you put in your mouth, and basically, guys, you don't have to go onto keto and all these very extreme diets. You can do a lot of things, as Rico and I have discussed in an earlier call. You can do a lot of these things in moderate. It's all about moderation, guys.
That's right. Yeah, you don't have to beat yourself up, but you gotta learn what the best exercises and the best foods for you is. We're all individual. We're all biochemically unique. So there's no one size fits all. So it's so important to really get evaluated and tested and get a trainer, somebody or a naturopathic doctor that can develop a program that's just right for you. And then, like I say, you don't have to be anything extreme, but you got to progressively work on it on a regular basis. And what I always tell my clients, that's why I always get them to commit for at least 90 days. Because after 90 days, you will have such good results and you'll feel so much better. Then that'll motivate you to keep it going for the rest of your life.
Tell me, Rico, you told me you got a bit of a team there, and you go out and you help clients all over San Diego area.
Right.
What's typical? Like, what do you suggest? Like 2 and 3 days a week for commitment?
Yeah, 3 times is really the best, but 2 times is okay. But when you're first starting, it's really good if you can do 3 times a day. That way, we'll get you going in the right direction. You'll really, stay focused on what you need to do, and stay motivated. Because that's the benefit of having a trainer. Because when you're with your trainer, I mean, you paid the money, and he's going to have you do it. You're going to do it. You're actually going to do it, because so many people, even though they think they want to do it, but if they're left out by themselves, they just won't get around to it. They'll have excuses, right?
Listen, I'm perfect candidate. I used to tell myself I want to go for a walk, and I actually, true story, guys, like a dog, I had to pay a guy to come and make me walk every week. I paid a man, honest to God, guys. I paid a guy back in Australia, back in the day. I paid a guy $50 an hour, 3 times a week, to take me for a walk. Right?
Okay, I'm going to come to Manila and take you for a walk, Jeff.
Yeah. And then when we come back from the walk, we did cardio. We did a bit of boxing. We did a lot of stretching. We started using those, and you're familiar with them, those, what they call those bands, or different resistance bands. We started nothing heavy. I wasn't trying to be Arnold, right? But basically, guys, I got into good shape pretty quick, In fact, the guy knocked off, for me, without even trying, guys. I didn't change my diet or anything. I knocked off 10 kilos in less than 3 months. And I felt, think about it, guys. If I was carrying, think about it, go and pick one up next time you go out, guys. Go to the bowling alley and pick up a 10 or 12 kg bowling ball, right? So if you're 12 kilos overweight, that's what you're carrying around every day. No wonder you're bloody tired, right?
Yeah.
So get rid of that 12 kilo bowling ball with the help from someone like Rico and his team, and you might feel alive again. You'll have a better sex life, a better quality of life. You'll have the whole 9 yards, guys. You'll be back to feeling, like a new person. Anyway, on with the show. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome it?
Well, I think the most challenging is, you shouldn't have to convince people, right?
No, true.
That you have to make your health and how much energy you have a top priority. It's got to be a top priority. But so many people, even though they may say, I know it's true, but they just think they're too busy. They have an excuse of being too busy, and that's just an excuse. Because I can tell you that some of the most successful and busiest people take time to exercise
That's right.
and to take care of their health, because they realize it's going to make them more successful.
Yeah.
And I also know that because I've trained a lot of busy CEOs and executives. And so I know that even if the main reason you do it just so you can make more money or be more successful,
Yep.
but you also feel and look a lot better too. So
well, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, don't you? You owe it to the people that love you as well, you know?
Yeah.
And guys, is it going to hurt you to get out of bed 15 or 30 minutes earlier? Set the alarm 30 minutes earlier. And that gives you 30 minutes to do. And Rico will tell you, you don't need to do this stuff for hours and hours and hours on hand. You're not a gym junkie. You know, right. you can get results, guys, for as little as 15 minutes a day if you put it in consistently. You know, how about you don't watch a Netflix show, don't watch a Netflix series, don't watch 5 episodes, watch 4 episodes and do some exercise. You know.
Yeah, exactly right. That's why I tell people, you know, what I mostly teach now, Jeff, is what I call functional fitness. It's just doing exercise movements with your own body weight. Yeah. That's what's really going to help you to function in your daily life. It's like you say, you can do this all on your own at home. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't need a whole bunch of equipment.
That's right. Yep.
And the best news of all, Jeff, the best news of all is what the message that we want to get to the audience is, it works. You can't fail. You know, I know you're like a business coach, but still, you never know in business what's going to happen, right?
That's right.
You just don't, you never know. But this, you do know. If you stretch, you're going to get more flexible. If you do some resistance training, your muscles are going to get stronger. And if you go out and do some aerobic activity, you're going to strengthen your heart, and you're going to have, you know, a better cardiovascular function. You're going to have better endurance. So if you just do it, you're going to be successful. You can't fail.
Yeah, that's right. If it's meant to be, it's up to me, as they say. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that you feel have contributed to your success, apart from your determination, obviously?
Well, I think, I think it is persistence. That's one thing I've learned, is never give up, no matter what. You know, if you just, that's one of Einstein's greatest sayings: persistence is genius. So just be persistent, never give up, just keep trying no matter what. We're always going to have challenges. We're going to have things to overcome. Yeah. But if you give up, then you give up your power and you're a victim. So you just keep pushing, just keep doing what you need to do and you know you need to do. And when you have that mentality to stay focused on what you want, not what you don't want in your life, it'll happen for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Can you tell us an important moment in your career that pretty much changed the journey what you're on? What was a defining moment for you?
Well, I think I already did mention that, you know, when my father died. And that's why I realized it was more than just exercising so you can look better or lose weight and all that. Yep. It's about your life. It's about your health. It's about everything in your whole life and your family. And so that's why I realized that I had to learn all of the components of health. There's a lot of mental things. It's a mental emotional state you're in. Yep. It's you know, how much stress are you allowing yourself to have? So it's a whole mind, body, and spiritual system that you really need to address all those things if you're going to really be completely function optimally and live as long and be as productive and have a long, joyful life. Mm-hmm. You got to address all those aspects of your life.
Yeah, I agree. Can you tell me, what my little notes say here? Can you tell me a recent project or achievement, or you've got quite a few in your repertoire here, that you're particularly proud of?
Well, I'd have to say also proud of, because I don't know if I told you, Jeff, but I grew up stuttering. And so I stuttered quite a bit when I was younger, and not so much when I got older. But then when I wrote my book, my Ageless Living book, all the marketing people and media people said, well, you got to go out and speak and talk about your system and your Ageless Living, and you're the model for it. And when you stutter, the last thing you think you'll ever be is a public speaker, right? Correct. That's the last thing you ever will be. And so I resisted. I said, there's no way I can go out and speak and talk in front of people. Yeah. But then I realized, I'm telling my clients, come on, you got to step up and meet your challenge. You can do this. Yeah. And I wasn't meeting my big challenge. So I just started working on it. I just went to some speaking classes, and I was pretty bad, but eventually I just kept working on it.
So it's all practice, right? Practice and repetition,
it's all
right?
Practice, yeah. And I still don't claim to be a great speaker, but I love to speak now. I love to be able to get out and get my message out to people. And so again, what you learn from that too is whatever you fear the most, if you just step into it, it just dissipates and it'll go
That's
away.
right.
But if you keep on trying to put it aside, it just stays with you, man. It won't go away.
I saw one the other day. I saw a guy, he's got one hand on a balloon and he's got the other hand on a 20-kilo lead weight, right? So the balloon was the present and the lead weight was the past, right? Get rid of the lead weight, guys. Let that release yourself, and and have a much better life. Tell me, in your opinion, here we are. What advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps? Some young guy or someone on the way up, that's like a personal trainer or that type of thing? What would you tell them to do?
Well, I like to tell all young people that age in their 20s that if they begin now to be serious and to make creating good health a top priority, they are going to stay healthy. They can live to be at least 125, and they won't have to go through all this suffering and all this chronic illnesses and all these things that people are dealing with, and going to the doctors and taking drugs and all these surgeries and all this stuff that people are going through, and then end up dying way too young. They won't have to do that. So it's just a matter of getting educated on what your particular body needs. And and I would say advice, if you want to be a coach and be a trainer, again, just learn everything you possibly can, because we're still learning so much more. There's still so much more we can learn about the body, what it requires, and there's so much more things coming down the line on nutrition and just so much amazing things, stem cells things. So just keep educating yourself, keep learning, stay on top of what's going on, and you'll be in demand, because it's something that still the masses of the people haven't really adopted yet. So there's plenty of there's no lack of clientele for you.
Tell me, if people wanted to reach out to you, would you be up for a chat and give them a bit of advice if someone needed a bit of help?
Absolutely. So here's what I recommend you do. Go to my main website, agelessliving.lifestyle.com. And there I have an aging assessment. So you can take our assessment, it's a short assessment, to see how well you're aging. And I like to tell people, if you don't like the results, right there also you can book a call with me. You just click on it and go to my calendar, and we'll have a call. And it's just a friendly call. We'll discuss whatever health challenges or fitness challenges or aging challenge you're having, and I'll do my best to get you going on the right track. And then if you're interested, I can tell you about how my coaching programs can help you, and just see if we can work together.
Right. So you're telling me, if I understand this right, I don't need to be in San Diego and for you to see me personally. There's ways you can help me virtually via Zoom and training sessions, etc.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have some 90-day online coaching programs.
Wow.
That you'll get all the information you need, and I'll be with you on Zoom, and we'll make sure that you develop your personal program, and you'll learn how to implement it, and you'll be on your way to ageless living. Yeah.
So what you're saying to me, really, if I understand this right, if I do my share and do the work, you can give me the coffee pot and the coffee, but you can't turn the power on. If I do the work, you can get me the results.
It's guaranteed. Like I mentioned before,
there it is.
That's a great thing. If you just do the work, and it's not that much work. If you got a few more, can I tell you this? I think this is maybe kind of interesting. You know what I finally realized, because as you know, everybody's so busy and they think they haven't got time and this, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did, I kind of boiled down my whole Ageless Living Lifestyle systems into what I call the 7 essentials of life. And these are things that we're already doing just to function and stay alive. We're using our brain, we're thinking.
Yeah, correct.
We have to breathe oxygen, we have to drink water, we have to eat food, we got to eliminate the waste products, we have to move our bodies, and we have to get sleep. So these are all the things that you're doing already just to stay alive, but you're not doing it to the best of your ability. You haven't learned to master them. Yes. So my training really is just learning how to tweak and master all these 7 essentials of life, and then your life will be just transformed. So, so you're already doing all these things already. So you just got to do them in a little bit better way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It goes back to the guys. Remember the 8-8-8 rule? 8 hours sleep, 8 hours work, 8 hours fun. So we can get you back on track. It doesn't have to be exactly 8, but they're the essentials, guys. Sleep's number one, guys. Number one. You don't get a good night's sleep, you wake up cranky as hell. then you won't be upset with your partner, your workmates, et cetera, and then your health will suffer, And
Absolutely.
we did speak the other day about smoking. Tell me what's worse than smoking for people these days?
Yeah, there's a new saying that sitting is the new smoking. At first, we thought that just sitting too much, like we all do, we
Yes.
sit too much. It was just because it gave us bad posture and our body gets stiff and all that. But then the medical studies have shown that it's really damaging for your health. Blood pools in your legs. It puts stress on your heart. It causes all kind of metabolic functions. So, so what I recommend is don't sit. At the most, sit for 1 hour without getting up and doing some movement. Get up and stretch and groove and walk around. But if you sit for hours and hours, it's just as bad as smoking.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Again, I like to ask people if you have a sedentary lifestyle. And a lot of people will say, "Oh no, I exercise a whole hour, real intense every day." Okay, but then what do you do the rest of the day?
Yeah, that's 23 hours.
Yeah, you're sitting in front of your computer. You're sitting in your car. You're sitting down to eat.
That's right.
So you got to get up and move. Keep moving.
It's not that hard either, guys. I mean, look, guys, if you live somewhere and you've got to drive to work, could you park for example, guys, could you park your car 15 minutes from work, right, and walk to work? That's 15 minutes there. They're on the way back. So you've done your 30-minute walk for the day without even trying.
That's right.
And you probably save money because you found a car spot that might be free versus going right next to your office and paying $50 for the day, whatever.
Save some gas too.
And save some gas. Yeah, all the above,
Yeah.
Look at your head. You're an amazing man. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
Well, aside from, Jeff, I know you probably know this too. I learned this quite a long time ago. When you know that you have something to offer other people, so whether it's a process or a teaching or a product, whatever it is, that can really transform their life, you're obligated to get it out there.
Absolutely.
So as long as I'm alive, I'm going to try and get the message out there. I'm going to try and help as many people as I possibly can. And then from the spiritual level, as we all know as well, I mean, we got to get the word out that we got to stop being so stupid as we're living, and we're still fighting each other. We're still having wars and killing each other. I mean, how stupid is that?
Absolutely.
The message is we're all brothers and sisters on this planet, and if you don't have to like everybody, but we have to respect everybody because we all came from the same place, and we can just share all the wealth and be respectful and kind to each other and help each other, and it could be an amazing world. Why are we still living like this? Dropping bombs on each other. It's just insane. So that's another thing. My goal is to help get that message out there to people to wake up and realize that we could just wake up tomorrow morning and say, let's be in peace. Let's stop fighting with each other.
Yeah. And the way to do that, guys, turn your fucking TV off. Turn your TV off. That's the first thing you can do, right? Because that way you'll save time, and it'll be all this bullshit won't be going inside your head, right? Because TV's all about negative news, guys. And a lot of the time it's even made up news. So don't believe what you hear. Use common sense, use your brain, right? Anyone that thinks COVID was real has come from another planet, I'm 75, guys, and I'm proud to say I never had the jab. Why? I didn't believe in it. I thought it was a bit like the Spanish flu. It was an aggressive form of the flu. And if you smoked and drank and abused your body, you probably die because you virtually got the flu. However, if you were like us guys and you got it, you just had some chicken soup, common sense, chicken soup, water, and some sunshine, and a few days later, you're back on track again, guys.
Yeah, Jeff, that's exactly right. I want to add is that the only people who really died from COVID was because they had already had a weakened immune system because they were so unhealthy to begin with. So that's the whole thing. If you're not taking care of your body, you're not creating a strong immune system, and you're not healthy, whatever comes along, it can kill you. That's exactly right.
Yeah. All right. So we've found out how readers and listeners can reach you. And guys, I'll be putting this up on YouTube very shortly, and all the links will be below. And I suggest you reach out to this remarkable man. Reach out and find out how you can live longer and live better. Longer and better, guys. Imagine that, guys. I mean, think about it. When you're in hospital, you're going to say to yourself, "Oh, I wish I'd worked harder." Oh, I wish I'd looked after, I wish I'd seen my kids grow up. Come on, guys, get realistic, guys. Don't go and have bloody gastric surgery and lose 20 kilos in one day, because you didn't put it on in one day, guys. Get off your ass, get some movement happening, and lose that 20 kilos over 3 months and be proud of yourself, and save yourself tens of thousands of dollars in the process. Right? It's the natural way, guys. You put it on naturally, take it off naturally. That's my take on it all, guys.
Well said.
Yeah. Before you wrap this up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Well, I have two favorite things. One is inline skating, what's normally called rollerblading. So I still like to skate a lot so much. That's so much fun. And then playing drums. I don't know why everybody doesn't like to play drums. Yeah, so I've been playing drums. I play in our band. We still have a band now called the 𝐒𝐻𝐈 here in San Diego. We play rock and roll and blues and
fantastic
modern country. So playing music is one of the best things you can possibly do. Not only is it just for your spirit, but it's also really good for your brain, because you have to keep learning new things and learning stuff. So awesome. Playing music is it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, Rico, you've been an amazing guest. We'll wrap it up. Guys, if you want to get your star, you want to be a star in our spotlight and get your 15 minutes of fame, remember, a TV commercial is $30,000. 10 spots on the radio are going to set you back $3,000 to $5,000. You can be on this show for 15 minutes of fame, and we'll put you across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and we'll make you more famous than what you already are and expand your market for you. So come on and do 15 minutes of fame, just like our friend here, Rico, has. Thanks for being on the show today, Rico. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That was fun. Thank you.
And that's all, folks.